Good morning, world. Welcome back, YouTube. I'm Slinned, and this is my rainbow sheep farm. If you didn't notice, there's a bunch of rainbow sheep here. One rainbow sheep, two, we're not going to count them, there's like 300. Anyways, you might have guessed, today's episode in the My World series, or Slinned's World series, is going to be about the rainbow sheep farm. So, yeah. Don't buckle your seatbelts. We discovered last time that they're not needed. But sit back, relax, and enjoy, and we're going to talk about the concept of the rainbow sheep farm design, the redstone for the automated wool collection, the redstone for the automated wool sortage, and I think that's probably about everything to talk about, except for maybe the fact that this thing's still not done, like 3 months after I built it. Oh well, let's begin. Crunch. Alright, well let's start with, first off, what the heck is a rainbow sheep farm? Well, the rainbow sheep farm is just a farm that holds all 16 colors of wool available in Minecraft on sheep, so that's renewable. We can go around, we can shear these sheep quite easily. I love this design. It is one of the simplest designs you can ever do for a sheep farm. All you do is you put the sheep on a one wide block and you box them in so that there's just enough space where you can go in and shear them, but they can't get out because sheep are 1.25 blocks tall. Now keep in mind, when you actually breed the sheep in here for the first time, the sheep babies are half a block tall or something crazy like that. So while you're getting your initial stock of sheep in here, you will have to have blocks at this layer so that the babies can't get out, but once they're fully grown, then you should be good to go. Now, you probably want about one piece of grass block per sheep, just so that you can have their wool regrow at a steady rate. And then you can just sort of just run by and shear the sheep, holding down right click. That's all I'm doing, holding down right click. You can hear the shears going off like crazy. And 90% of these sheep, that's a made-up statistic, 90% of these sheep will be sheared on your first pass through. So some of them are clipping into each other and they don't get sheared right away. That's fine, we're getting about 90%. Made-up statistic. Disclaimer. With that said, there's a line of grass in the middle here, and this is my source grass, so we have a row of blocks on top of this. And this keeps the grass from ever getting eaten. The baby sheep can't get out this way, so we only have to worry about boxing off the stuff on the sides if we ever have to reproduce them. This line in the middle will always be our seed grass. So no matter how much of the grass gets eaten, this entire section of grass is eaten right here, but any of these blocks can regrow grass, like that one just did, because there is seed grass in the middle that will spread out in both directions. Now you might be wondering, hey, there's wool sitting on the ground. Well, yeah, there's 16 different types of wool here, and you can get all of them. And you don't always want to have to empty your inventory before you begin shearing sheep. Well, that's easy peasy. If we go right over here, there is an auto collection system, and you might be expecting like a huge water flush to no. It's just minecarts. So we pull that lever, and all these minecarts down here below us take off. They are all hopper minecarts, and they're going to go around a loop. Now each one of these stations handles one section of the sheep farm. There's 4 sections, there's 4 stations. And it just happens to work out that a hopper minecart can hold 5 different items, and from each of these sections it's going to get 4 different items. Now you can see the hoppers are now returned, or the hopper minecarts are now returned. They're actually going to unload their wool before they take off again, and they will automatically take off on their own. That one unloaded a little bit faster than this one over here, so this one has more wool in it. So yeah, no extra work needed from us. We just flip a lever and this will be always on. And that one just finished unloading. It will take off and it will go collect more wool. Now currently there's no more wool, so the next time it comes in it should just relaunch itself pretty quickly. You can see that one already came back and relaunched, the one on the end, station number 4. We should be seeing the first one here, station number 1, come back. No wool in it, relaunches immediately. So they will continue to do that. There is a shutoff over here. The shutoff is simply because when the chunks deload, the minecarts like to stop in the middle of the tracks. So the shutoff is for when we leave the area, we can shut it off. Or if there's an insane amount of lag, we can keep it turned off And the shutoff will just cause them to come back to their docking station and not relaunch themselves. So there you go, all of them are back there. So that's the concept of the farm. There is an item sorter as well, which we can take a look at. Oh, we can't take a look at it up there. But if we go down here, we can go up. Not the prettiest of places to be, but there is an item sorter that goes through here that will filter all that wool into the appropriate chests. So, where to begin? I guess we'll talk about the design first, mostly because I'm procrastinating the redstone as I have to relearn how that works to explain it. I made it on the spot and I don't remember how it works, so. Anyways, the design is pretty straightforward. It's just an enclosure that housed all the things that we need. I chose a dome shape because I like the ovals and domes, and I was planning on originally having a sheep up there, sort of like a used car place where they have a car spinning around at the top or something gimmicky. So I was going to do a big sheep, but the problem was I wanted the sheep to face this way, but the oval made it so that the sheep would make the most sense facing sideways, which I didn't think was going to look very good because the way it made sense was if it was going to face in that direction. And I wanted it to face in this direction, so I chose not to do a giant sheep on top. We kept the dome though and made it a rainbow dome. The whole concept for the rainbow thing, I don't know where it came from, it just sort of happened. There was, I don't know, a lot of happy thoughts, I guess, at the time. But we have all the different color sheep here, and we chose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 colors to make a rainbow out of, and these do follow the Roy G. Biv color scheme. So it goes red, orange, yellow, green. This Roy G. Biv, indigo, is actually cyan, and then blue. Purple, which is supposed to be violet, and then it repeats again. Right. Roy G. Biv. Indigo is the I. I don't have indigo in Minecraft because I get whatever. We chose cyan as our extra color. Right between the green and the blue. Anyways, it's got all the colors of sheep here, and we wanted something that represented the diversity of the sheep farm. And I felt a rainbow was a good choice, I guess. We of course have the sheep of the month, which is very similar looking to a dog, but that's Rar. Yeah, that's Rar. He's very talented. He can do pretty much anything he sets his mind to, and he only sets his mind to eating my steak, which is why I run out of steak very quick. But that's neither here nor there. This upstairs room is going to eventually be more storage. It's going to be the storage room for carpets and other wool related things, probably shears and probably our ender chest and our crafting bench and our anvil, since none of that stuff is down here. Crunch. Down here is just the sorting system with all the different color wools. So upstairs we're going to have more not sorting, but storage. And I think that's pretty much all the design stuff. There is a little bit of a porch area out front here. Not sure if that's really relevant. Mostly just to give it some depth. And this is all just like design choice to make it look cool. So we have the depth with the quartz here, also the color change in the quartz out here, so it sort of ties in the pillars out here to the building itself, which I think came out really good. I think overall it's one of my most recognized builds, but only because of the rainbows. I think the structure itself it's nice, but it's not the best oval or dome I've ever built. However, here, have some noms. Yeah, of course you're gonna eat all my steak. I'm on to you. I'm on to you. You're not a sheep. You are a wolf in wolf's clothing. You don't even look like a sheep, Rar. Not even a little bit. Anyways, I guess I can't procrastinate any longer. Let's go talk about that redstone. Oh, geez. Redstone. How does it work? Magic. Alright, we're down at the docking bays. You can see there's 4 of them down here. We'll just look at docking bay 1. They're all identical. Basically what happens is the minecart rolls into the station here and starts unloading its items into this hopper. I fell in a hole. Which triggers this comparator here, which will then send a signal through the block into this repeater, which will send it into that block, which will um, turn off this torch. This torch is currently off right now because our master shutoff switch, which is up there, is powering it. So basically this comparator will do the same thing as the master shutoff and disable the powered rail that the minecart is on. Go away, minecart, show us the powered rail. There's the powered rail. So you can see that's currently off. That's being disabled by the master switch, but that's also disabled by this hopper getting items put into it. So when this hopper, we'll put some items in there, you can see the comparator turns on, which powers that, which would also turn off this torch if it weren't already being turned off. That keeps the powered rail off, which keeps our minecart docked here while it's unloading things. So as long as items are traveling through this hopper here, the minecart will stay. As soon as things are done traveling through that hopper, provided that the master shutoff was not currently on, then the minecart would then get powered. There's a block behind it, and it would launch itself up on the track through this little corridor. You can see it goes back there and then loops around, and then it's right next to where the other minecart would go in that section. So that's the docking bay for the other one. The string is to hold up the carpet above us, so the entire floor is carpet. The minecarts go right above them, and you can see that because this minecart leaves and comes back in the same place, we have a straight rail connecting to this one. And the way the game works is the rail has a priority direction that it will send the minecart going when it reconnects, and that direction happens to be in the direction of our docking bay over here. So it will go around this loop, come back here, and come back down the same way that it left. And because what happens is the minecart will launch so quickly after docking, before the comparator has a chance to send out a signal and say, hey, don't power that rail, we actually have a detector rail right here. And as the minecart comes back in, it powers the detector rail, which also powers this torch and deactivates the rail here. So this torch would be on, this detector rail would unpower the torch. Again, irrelevant at the moment because the master shutoff is currently keeping this unpowered. So this detector rail buys us enough time that items can start flowing out of the hopper rail or the hopper cart into the hopper down here and disable the powered rail indefinitely until the hopper is empty. So that's why there's a detector rail. That's pretty much the entire setup, and this just feeds into a hopper line which goes down there, and it runs under here, so you can see, and this runs all the way over here to our item sorter. Well, first it goes into an item elevator. This item elevator right here, and it's the same item elevator I use in the tree farm. It's the same item elevator I use everywhere. So yeah, you've seen it probably a dozen times in your life, maybe a million times if you watch a lot of YouTube. As it gets up to this level, you can see it's joined by yet a second item elevator, this one right here. So these two actually stand side by side. And this second item elevator actually just connects to an input chest. So anything that we pick up in our inventory, like this black wool I picked up, we can dump that into the other chest, and that will also be put into the item sorter. Let's see if we can get up to the item sorter from here. I don't think we can. Let's go around. So if we go out, boopity blop, going up, staircases. So this is that input chest, so any wool that we want to drop off, we just throw right in there, and that will join the other wool. Those two item elevators come up here, where one goes into the hopper there, the other one goes right into the chest. This chest serves as a buffer. The reason it serves as a buffer is because we have two item elevators pushing items up right now, and the item sorting system can only handle one item at a time. So we have a bit of a buffer up at the top here, which unloads into this hopper, which will send it down the item sorting hopper line. We have 16 different item sorters here to filter, or 16 different filters to filter out our different colored wools, and then at the very end there's an overflow chest, as well as anything that gets in there that doesn't belong. That will come out here in the end, and as you can see, there's plenty of buffer space in here for extra wool. So you might find one of these that has extra wool in it. Let's see. There you go, we have a ton of purple wool, so that chest in the front is filled up, and now we have stuff filling up into the buffer chest in the back. But that's pretty much all of the redstone here. The item elevators, the item sorter, and the hopper minecarts collection thing. I think that's all the redstone. Pretty straightforward, actually. I don't know why I was so hesitant to get into it. But yeah, so there's just 4 of these things duplicated, and then they go underground where the carpet is in loops here, and pick up all those items. And then the master shut off is this redstone we see here, and if we pull that, then we'll see all the minecarts launch, and it's really cool. It's really cool to see them go back and forth. I wish that I could have them always running, but it would end up with them getting stuck underground where the sheep are, and then I'd have to go manually push them or send a new minecart to nudge them or go break them, and it just got really inconvenient. So the master shut off is just for when I leave the area, so that we can have them stop and not have to worry about the chunks deloading and breaking everything. So when I come in, pop the switch, when I leave, pop it again, and everything's fine. So yeah, that's the Rainbow Sheep Farm. Future plans for this include connecting this road to the entrance and doing the upstairs storage area. And I think that's pretty much it. We can't do much around here. We'll probably do some exterior decorating in this area, but we can't build anything else in this area. There's 300 sheep here. There's actually closer to 400 sheep here. There's lots of redstone. The item sorter causes massive amounts of lag while it's running. The minecarts picking up items and sending them through hopper chains causes massive amounts of lag. That is why this thing is so far away from everything else. It is a lag machine, and I only want it operational when I'm actually using it, so there will never really be anything else in this area. We do have our flower farms over there, but those are things that are only used maybe for a few minutes if they're working properly. So that might be in the area, or we might find a different place to put it that's away from the sheep farm. Not sure. But that's the Rainbow Sheep Farm, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you leave me some comments, some feedback. Let me know what you think. Ask any questions you might have. Maybe I missed something and you want to know more about it. Feel free to ask me. As far as all the redstone here goes, there are tutorials by millions of YouTubers out there. The hopper minecart system is done like live on stream, and there's probably a way more efficient way of doing it, so I'm sure you don't want my design. Just go YouTube it if you're interested in something like that. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Be sure to check me out while I'm streaming. I stream tons of hours a day, every day. You can check me out at twitch.tv/Slinned, or follow me on Twitter to get live updates of when I post new videos, or go live on Twitch. That's just twitter.com/Slinned. Thanks for watching. Peace. Good night, Rar. Good night, world.